New Build Your Own Lightsabers at Tatooine Traders. Let's see what they're all about. As you regular viewers know, I am currently finishing, actually right now, just got back today, the World of Wonder podcast leave of absence, season break, if you want to call it that. We're coming back different. I'll talk about that in another video. But while I was on my vacation, which is what it was, of course I went to Walt Disney World, which is a surprise to absolutely nobody. But while we were there, I've talked about it numerous times that Star Tours is my favorite ride. And at the end, we noticed that they were new lightsabers at the Build Your Own Lightsaber thing. And I was searching around YouTube and stuff, and I haven't seen anything about this yet. So I don't know how new they are. But I decided to build, well, I built one, and then I decided to do a video and built a second one. So we are going to join me 3 days ago back over in Hollywood Studios where I built my second lightsaber. So let me go build a saber.
Okay, so we start out by choosing a new end cap. And if you look here, it looks to me like these end caps are inspired by the Savi's Workshop. Like it looks like it's kind of like trying to emulate Savi's Workshop a little bit, but a little bit cheaper in plastic. So we have like dark ones. It's supposed to be like the power and control. And then you have your elemental nature and things like that. So I built basically a straight up power and control one last time. So I'm gonna do some different things this time just to mix it up a little bit. So I'm going to start with this end cap because I really like this one. It's the only other one here that gives me any kind of like dark side vibes, and that's what I do. But next you'll have our new chassis. These are the biggest change, I think, in all of it. When on screen now, you'll be seeing the older version that I have built in the past. And then this is what we have now. The blade fully collapses down inside of the hilt. And then you have an activation button here. You press and hold, and the blade comes out. I'm not going to be going with yellow today. I'm probably not going to do red either because I already did a red one. So I'm going to do a purple one. Blades are built into the hilts now. So kind of cool. If you want a different color blade with the style, you just have to change the chassis now instead of just swapping out a blade like you used to be able to. So I'm going to take my end cap and I'm going to screw that onto the bottom of my saber, and it'll kind of click. When the last ones didn't do this, but this one clicks in when you get it in the right spot. So next we're going to move over to our activation switches. There are 4 or 5 options here. Pretty generic ones, but again, they seem to be emulating the Savi style. So we have like more of a wrap. That kind of looks like Rey, actually, I would say. And then we have like more elemental nature, like wood, grain kind of stuff. Maybe that's supposed to be like Old Republic, I don't know. But I'm going to pick this one, just because I like the red activation button on it. And you'll see it has the 2 ridges in there. They line up with a couple of grooves on the side of the hilt. And you want to make sure that this button here lines up with the button on the hilt.
Can't wait.
So this has to go on second. This can't go on third. Then we move over. We have our sleeves. And this is where I might grab this one, maybe that one. Just leave it. I don't love it, I'm gonna be honest. I don't like adding the wood in. It doesn't feel like the vibe that I've already kind of created with the saber, so I'm probably not gonna do the wood. Nah, I'm gonna go with this one. Pretty simple. I'm a basic kind of guy. Then we're going to get emitters. When we get into emitters, we have a lot of different things to choose from here. So we have our standard emitters. These just simply go on the top. Blade comes out of them. Then you have your deluxe emitters. These ones are more like cross guards, like Kylo Ren's saber. We've had these for years, but now these ones look like they have independent lights in them. And I'm actually going to put one on right now just to see how it works. And it clicks in, and you activate the colors. You don't seem to get any lights. Don't know if I put this on backwards or... seems like this is supposed to do something to light these up. Or perhaps there's a separate on switch for those that I'm not seeing right now. Yeah, I'm just not seeing how that's supposed to work, but it seems there's definitely like battery compartments here. So my brain tells me that there's supposed to be some kind of lights involved with that. Maybe it requires, okay. So when the blade extends out, then the lights come on in the ends. So that is actually pretty neat. I like that a lot.
Nice.
But then you have other options for, am I gonna go with that emitter?
What's this? What's this?
I don't know yet. I'm gonna finish my build after we're done, but I'm just gonna finish going through all this. We have some other more like High Republic style cross guards, which are pretty cool. It looks like these ones are only yellow and blue, and then this style is the purple, green, and red. So keep that in mind. That could be kind of cool. But then you also have these ones that seem to be more inspired by, it's like, what are they called? Like, lost my train of thought. The Inquisitorius. So, and actually, let me look at this. Because these also appear to have battery sleeves, so I'm thinking this lights up as well. And again, that clicks in there. It's not like the old ones were just tightened down. This one clicks in, so everything lines up exactly the way you want it to, expect it to, whatever.
Nice.
Yeah, you get some lights around the edges here. So with that, so you have the build for the saber, and then once you're done, you get to the end here, and we have clips that work with the cover tech wheel that comes on the bottom, the palma, and then you can choose your Jedi oath or your Sith oath, and it comes with a clip that fits that cover tech wheel.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna go with Sith because I'm bad to the bone. Yeah. So all of that, along with one other option for an end cap. Technically two other options for end cap. You do have your double edge. You can build a double edged lightsaber with these other end caps. And then there's that more of a Jedi side. I don't know. A little bit lighter color. But that is the new Build Your Own Lightsaber experience at Tatooine Traders. I'm assuming it's the same in California. Can't attest to it yet. I'll see if I can find out.
So there you go. That's the build process. You'll notice that there's a new friend on my shoulder there. His name is Bane. This is Bane chilling on the mic stand now. That has become his home. But yeah, so this is the saber that I built in the video. I said I was going to finish the build afterwards, and I ended up just basically buying exactly what I built in the video. Some of the things that I've noticed since coming back is that there's a lot of like regulatory information on the hilt here, on the emitter. And what's annoying me about it is there's like the trademark information on this side, and then on the back side you have like, this is not recyclable, and this is where the battery covers are. So you kind of have like weird embossed or raised lettering on both sides of the emitter, which, I mean, it's a toy. I get it. It's a toy, so it doesn't need to look super great. But just a random side note. One of my favorite things that these came with was this little belt clip. It's a little CoverTech wheel, and it's interesting because this CoverTech wheel actually, or this clip, will accept the CoverTech wheel that comes on the Savi's lightsabers. It's very flimsy plastic, though. I wouldn't trust it to carry that. But on the flip side, the Jedi belt clip that you can get at Doc Ondor's Den of Antiquities also works with this cover wheel. So you can put this lightsaber on the nicer belt clip if you happen to have that one. I wanted to show you a couple of the differences, like some of the key differences between this style and the old style. I brought a few of the ones that I built in the past out here, so let me grab those. I'll just go with one. I brought like 4 of them out, but I'm just going to go with one. So this is the old style that we had. So first things first, there is a CoverTech wheel on this. I bought this on Amazon and stuck it on there myself because I wanted to have a CoverTech wheel attachment. That CoverTech wheel also is, oh, no, it's smaller than what you get on the lightsabers, and that's on the floor now. So this that I put on here is not compatible, but you'll notice first and foremost the end cap. This little thing is so tiny, maybe 1.5 inches, not very tall at all, compared to the new end cap. Oh, those are going to slide down, okay. Super deep, super deep. And that's the base of it. That's where the whole thing starts. So that goes all the way on the bottom, and then there's that click that I was telling you about. I actually really like the click because it puts things in perfect line with each other. The old style doesn't really need to have things. Well, I guess they're in that same ridge style that the old one is, so they don't really twist. They kind of go where you expect them to anyway, but the end caps don't lock in at all, so they just kind of spin and twist, and you can tighten them and tighten them and tighten them. And anyway, one of the other big differences is you get like these rings, you get these button covers, and then you have sleeves. That's what you had with the old style. You had 3 different types of pieces. Actually, several more than 3. I think it's 3, 4, 5 different types of pieces. And then the chassis, the base chassis. This has changed so much because this just has a light on the top. And I'm bad at batteries naturally, but this just has lights on top. So when you have your whole thing assembled, I'm going to try to quickly put this back together. Okay, so I'm reassembled. So the end, you would have your emitter, which this is one of the like Count Dooku style emitters. I just popped the clip off of it. It comes off really easily if you don't like the little spike on there. And then for blades, they're just like the old school like light up lightsaber blades. So you slide that in through the emitter, and then you screw that on top, and then that is your lightsaber, and the blade just sticks out of the end like that. That's just how it is. With the new ones, obviously not the case. You have a fully collapsible blade. It sits inside of the saber. When you activate it, kind of just push and hold. The button releases a little torpedo-like thing in there, and turn that off. And that drops the blade out. And so I like that a lot better. The hilt, you'll notice, oh goodness, I haven't done a video like this ever, so I'm kind of making it up as I go along, but the hilt is a good like 3 inches, maybe 2.5 inches taller than the old hilt. I'm totally fine with that since the blade is fully collapsible. Doesn't bother me one bit, so I'll take that. Another thing is the old cross guards. Let's see if this one has batteries. Nope, I gotta change batteries in all these. But the old cross guards did not have lights in them. So basically when you activated it, it would just kind of try, or did it have lights in it? Now I can't remember. I don't remember if it had lights in it. I don't see batteries, so I don't think it does. It's in the hilt, that's right. So the hilt would shine out little lights out of the sides through the cross guards. Not super effective. They weren't very bright. It looked like it was an afterthought, to be honest. But so that is no longer the case, as you can see with this one. This is not cross guards, but this does light up. So I'm going to cover the speaker. And, oh, the blade has to be out. That is an interesting thing about this is that the way that these lights activate on the side is there is a spring-loaded mechanism. Goodness gracious. On the inside, if I can get a close-up of this, I will, but there's this little hole right here. Right inside of that hole is the blade, the purple blade. So when you, this is fun. So when you activate your blade, I'm going to turn off so the sound doesn't keep going, but you'll see that I don't know if you can even see that, but you can see through the hole. I'll try to get a close-up on that one. And you can see straight through there, and that releases some buttons on the inside of the cross guards that tells it to light up, basically. How it does that when it's not on, I am completely lost to. But it looks like there's maybe some pressure points in here that get pushed when they're in this groove. And that's how it knows, or something like that. I guess they're not in the groove. But when it's in there, it knows that this is now attached to a blade, and the lights come on. So that is the new lightsaber. And I did want to point out with this one, actually, kind of what I was talking about with it, feeling like they're trying to emulate Savi's a little bit. Obviously, heavily black, which is very similar to the power and control lightsaber style now. But one of the things that caught my eye the most were these red details here, which you also find on the Savi's hilts. So we got some like red lines up in here. Some of the silvering is similar, not the same, but similar. And overall, yeah, I think they're just trying to make it more similar to the Savi style, without giving just a little bit of a lower price point to get a similar experience. It's still not the same. Storyline at Savi's is what you pay for there, but if you want something cool and quick and considerably more affordable, this is it's a little more than a tenth, probably like 20%, 25% what you pay for the Savi's one. Worth it. 100% worth it. Recommend. I did go to the toy store in downtown, or in Disney Springs, and they do have the same Build Your Own Lightsaber there, which makes sense. I didn't expect them not to. But I'm not sure still about Disneyland. So if any of you guys watching live in California and you go to Disneyland regularly, head over there. Let me know if they got the same update. I'm assuming they did. Most of the time, California gets these things before we do. In Orlando, which I know I'm in Colorado, so it's not really me, but that's my park anyway. So I also forgot to do a light test. So, of course, I'm going to shut down all the lights here. Make it dark. Okay, now we can do a light test. So the light's still breathing through, but that's okay. So you can see it's barely lit in here, but just the laptop lighting things up really quick. But here is the light test. I don't even know what to call this thing. It's not a crossguard here, but I guess maybe technically could be a crossguard. Pretty bright. The blade's probably the brightest blade I have seen on one of these in a long time, if not ever. Very, very clearly purple. And you know what? I'm gonna go grab the red one too, just so I can show the red one. Okay, same dark room. Okay, red saber. See, visually, it's pretty decently bright. Still brighter than most light up sabers that I've seen. On the camera, it looks really good, so I'm thinking that's probably a symptom of the phone here, but it is a pretty well lit blade. I feel like the red is maybe not quite as bright as the purple one here to the naked eye. You do get that, like, on the video it looks like there's a decent amount of lighting right in this area. That is pretty dim in person here, just right there, but that is because I'm gonna have to turn the lights on. The reason that it gets so dim there, I think, is because this piece is what locks the blade into the bottom of the hilt, so it doesn't come flying out when you're hanging it from your belt, and it appears to be blocking a significant amount of light in this area. So that is maybe the only downside of the blade collapsing all the way into the hilt. However, if that's the price I have to pay for a fully collapsible light up lightsaber, I'm okay with that. I guess that pretty much wraps it up. There are new Build Your Own Lightsabers at the Tatooine Traders. I guess one other thing I didn't think about, but I was thinking about earlier, was just the curiosity if the end cap for this old school one will fit on the new one. I'm going to say the threads line up. Ooh, they don't. They don't even line up. The threads don't even line up. Do the grooves line up for the sleeves? No, they don't. So the whole base chassis is a different diameter, which now that I'm like feeling them independently, like you can tell there's a difference in the size there. But yeah, so that is the new Build Your Own Lightsabers at Tatooine Traders and the Disney Springs store. Yeah, I know I haven't made a video like this ever before. I'm hoping to make a lot more. I don't know how regular they will be, but I do want to get back into just making YouTube videos. I haven't done that since 2020. I don't think we started the podcast and then bada bing. So yeah, I just hope to just cover things, talk about Disney, little random news bits. I don't, like I said before, I don't want to break news, but like this is a thing that appears to have been there for a little while, and just I haven't heard anything about it. I haven't seen any videos on it. When I was Googling it at the parks, I couldn't find it. So that's why I decided to do this. So, yeah, this has gone on long enough. I'm going to stop yapping, let you guys get back to your days. But I hope you enjoyed. I hope you found some valuable information here. And, yeah, until next time, guys, let the wonder take hold.